Good morning, happy Saturday, or whatever day it might be when you see this video. Margot Bresca coming to you in a video format, raw, rich, and real, the most natural that I get waking up first thing in the morning on a Saturday. I love to stay in bed on the weekends for a little bit by myself and have a coffee and really focus on the vision in the moment, in being present in this beautiful moment, because really in true enlightenment, that is all of it, is presence, being here in a deep connection with yourself, connection with the greater whole, connection with loved ones, even in the 3 and 4D matrix. So the energetics of our vibrational field in this dimension is where we have our connections and our karma with people, and we live our dharma with other people. And beyond all of that is this beautiful connection of higher source, right? So that to me is this gorgeous natural vibrational field that I often am working in. That's where I bridge people to, is from this kind of 3D reality where people come in a lot of times. And I remember, I'm going to tell this story, this woman who had really, really terrible fibromyalgia and a lot of other things. And they flew from the States to come do a healing work with me. And I'm going to talk about this today, about healing and getting stuck in the addiction of the healing loop. And it's very important, I think, for this new age to understand this. And so she came down and she came in, and for some reason I was guided, grab a big cup of water, like just half full. And she walked in the room and she handed me like a 3-page letter. And I went, I know why now I needed the cup of water. And so I took the cup of water and I said to her, I'd love for you to take that 3 pages of paper, which was her story about all of the illnesses that she had. And right away, I had her rip them up. And I just witnessed her ripping up these 3 pages. And then she looked at me in awe and was like, this is why I knew I was supposed to fly, to come see you. And we went into the most incredible session, me plugging into her highest, most healthy, most connected self, her high self, which is where I channel from when you do work with me, because I don't want anybody ever to get stuck in the healing loop. Because we always can convince ourselves that we have more work to do or that we have more evolution to do. And I want to say that this is why I'm not a self-help healer. I'm a self-discovery, conscious, evolutionary change agent. Because after my awakening, I went out of the 3D and the 4D, and I existed in both. I'm going to say in both because I didn't die technically, but my ego died. If you've ever had an ego death, the blissful state that you enter into with this ego death is realizing that you are not your body, you are not your mind, you are not the spirit that you chose to come in to your body with all these stamps of personality traits. You are divine and essential being. When we strip down all of these ideas that we think we need to heal our inner child and heal our mother wound and stop self-sabotaging and stop playing small. And I really had to investigate this the last couple years to really go into many rooms, and observe this online industry and decide where my part was in it and who my brand is. And as you know, I've struggled a bit with that because I'm like, I am the nameless wonder that is Margot. I'm not going to label myself as a healer. I am a channel, absolutely, of the higher matrix, no question. But I don't want anybody to stay obsessed in the healing trap that we have to do more, learn more, get better, fix ourselves. Like, we are obsessed with it, which is why this beautiful industry is a bazillion dollar industry, because we're caught in this belief that there's something fundamentally wrong with us. So today it was this sense of, Margot, if you just get back to your own peace and stillness and your own connection and your own divinity, that's the truth of your channel. And I'm here to help a lot of people bridge from this 3-4D reality where the people and the connections are that we need to do the work in, but we're not playing snakes and ladders anymore. So when I had my awakening, it was 2008, 2009, really strong. And I had prior little nuggets of that before, smaller little stepping stones, including my outer body experience. where I met the cosmos and understood the pearly gates and our ascension path back to the light. Now, I just got off track there. I want to recall where I was, but that's okay. During that awakening, just realizing that the oneness and the bliss and the blue and the beauty of who we are, it was living in a world that nobody else was in. It was very strange and very beautiful, and I could have stayed in that state forever, but I realized I wouldn't be serving my purpose here in the false matrix had I not been able to plug into higher levels of consciousness of other teachers, my high self, soul groups, things like that, where it was only a blissful state of existence, because everything here is a lie, right? Everything is not real. It's a moving, simulated world. And so we do create our false matrix here, which is the fun part. It's like, what do you get to do in there? Like, if the world is your fairy tale, you get to do whatever the hell you want, and you get to call in whatever you want. And so I started dancing with this online industry, and I realized, okay, now I understand why I've come full circle. I went in naked and I'm coming out naked and better than ever, because what I've learned is I'm enough, you're enough, we're all healed, we're all perfect, we're already divine. And so I'm kind of claiming back my own sovereign teaching, which knows 100% that we have karma and we have dharma. And karma is the icky, sticky stuff in which we need to kind of go through the 3D matrix to break the illusions of the cycles of our wounds, right? That all of our wounds in truth are just this perception, because we've created so many storylines about our inner child and all these things. So we really believe them. And so when we start doing all the work, you realize, and then the beauty is you come out of the illusion, which is the Maya, right? You come out of the illusion. And I've had that. I've been in sweat lodges where I laugh as everybody's screaming out their wounds, because I see the bigger truth. I'm like, this is so funny that we're playing out this torturous game of tortured artists. And I've played that game a little bit the last 3 years. And it was so good for me to go into the rooms and speak Greek and just witness and participate and puke up my own shit and make pearls in there. And now I have a basket full of pearls. And so I've been very guided to go offline. Actually, I've had this guidance for over a year, and I wasn't really listening. I was pushing through because I got into this kind of more masculine belief that you gotta make moves, and you gotta run, and you gotta play hard, and you gotta cross the finish line. And I was just like, oh my God, something is sitting so wrong with this in my soul. But I pushed myself because I know that it was relevant to my next level. So I'm so excited, but it's also like, get back to your own connection, get back to your own presence, get back to your present moment, embody who you are, Margot, because that's the world in which you're going to help a lot of people. And I know that. So for those of you that want to work with me or follow me, I'm not going to be promoting anything. I'm going actually to delete my Facebook app and my Instagram app right now. And I'm going to solely work in my own domain, which is margotbreska.com. And if you want to sign up there, you can, because what I do in my containers is very unique, very different. It is always going to be intuitively led for you from your high self, from the high self of the group coming in, channeling from your absolute highest place. We do not come in with a lot of the beliefs. We actually spend time to clear the belief field and the projection field so that we can work from a higher place, and then whatever we need to do. And it's not so much healing as it is creating a space of love and presence. So even for an hour and a half, we're enjoying each other's energy, we're expanding each other's souls, and we're remembering why we're at the table together. And it's a warm and lovely, raw, rich, and real space. And there's so much evolution that happens because the exercises that I give you to do are so much about channeling your high self, about realizing that you don't have 20 more years of healing to do. But we do use, obviously some modalities that are helpful, but really it comes down to simplicity. It comes down to breath, it comes down to more than affirmations. You're not broken, you're not wounded, you don't have 10 more years of healing to do. Don't get stuck in the healing trap. I've played in that realm for a while, and there's so much more to it. And that's what I'm here to do, is change the dialogue a little bit and break through some of the really broad statements that we're using in the industry that I think are not true. They're still very connected to the 3D and 4D matrix, and it's a lot of wording and vibrational energies that are not in my vibrational truth with what is the truth, is that you're whole and complete. You're a sacred being here in a physical body to have a lot of fun. So we're gonna play, we're gonna get raw, rich, and real. I have a retreat coming up that I'm still working on behind the scenes, and there's gonna be a lot of very essences. I see them as essences, little vials of essences of Margot medicine. So it's really my most condensed work, my body of work that does help you perceive that perhaps you have some grit, but it's the pearl that we're looking for. We're creating gems. We're making a whole necklace. So when you can display yourself as a gem, you shine a lot brighter, and you're not going to carry this persona anymore of I'm so broken, poor me, blah, blah, blah. However, I want you to know that I can hold space to honor your process. If you're grieving, if you're exhausted, if you're tired, you're probably exhausted and tired because you've been trying too hard to heal something that's not actually broken. So we're going to change the dialogue a little bit, and I'm going to help you piggyback on yourself. And that's the most beautiful thing you can do. We're going to work on connection, presence, and really fostering and coming home to your own heart, because that is where you get all of your answers. And so my purpose is to help you get in touch with your own intuition, your own high self. How are you going to channel your high self? I've seen a lot of people copying in this industry, and it's something that I'm kind of over. I was speaking with someone the other day who said, I think I saw this actually in somebody's post, and it said that they had hired a mentor, and they went into the mentorship space and said, I have this amazing idea. And they told their mentor, and they had an hour and a half conversation about it on the phone, and they implemented a strategy. And this was not me with someone, just an FYI, because I can already hear somebody thinking that. It was not me. But it's all mirror images, right? It's a mirror image of someone else's experience. So what happened was that person then implemented their team to create her program. And I was just like, wow, that's what it's become, is come in with your genius, and I'm gonna create the essence of it and boost it out. And I just think that's old school energy. It's like, it's going back to that corporate stuff, I feel. So she was so upset about it. I could feel it on the message thread. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so horrible. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, in a feminine, united world, we would say, oh my God, I got on a call with Jessica yesterday and she had the most incredible idea. And so I'm going to collaborate with her because she brought in this great idea and I have a team that can implement it. Like, to me, that's higher level essence. So this is what I'm building. This is what I'm creating with the spirit of your divine truth. The temples of heaven hold your divine truth, and nothing about you is broken in that place. We're all just playing this game. So what are you going to believe? What are you going to move into? And how are you, most importantly, going to embody your divine essence? You can sign up at margotbereska.com and you will get all the gems that I'm going to deliver. And we will have some private offers in there, but you won't see me that much on Instagram or on Facebook right now. I have other things brewing that are so much more fun. And I'm finding that the energy in these places right now are not serving my highest purpose. So I've just, decided to not ignore that guidance anymore and to pull back. And I still will be working with my OBM so that she will be producing some stuff on my behalf. So if you see me online, I'll be there. Or if I make a video, if I'm inspired to make a video, it probably won't be live, but it'll be like this. So this is our first practice. Let's go. Raw, rich, and real. Time to put on the crown of your unique, divine, already perfect essence. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.